Welcome to the Fireside Chat for Fitness and Nutrition with Adrienne and Ken. Today we'll be talking about flexibility, mobility, and nutrition for your joints. Would you like to start today, Ken?
I would like to start, Adrienne. Thank you so much for that introduction. And I wanted to work on the flexibility of the neck. You know, when you're looking back behind you to see if there's anybody coming when you're driving, that's important that you be able to do that and not get in a wreck. So I wanted to go over some of the four really good mobility exercises / stretches for your neck. And it's going to involve a type of stretching called PNF, or proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. And what that means is that basically you're tightening up the muscle you want to stretch. You're tightening it up to say, listen, joint, it's okay. The muscle is going to protect you. Just relax it. So when you tighten it, it sends a signal to that joint, says, okay, it's going to be okay. I'm not going to be injured. So then it relaxes when you do relax. Yeah. So the four muscles, the first of the four muscles is going to be the scaling muscles on the side of your neck right here. What you'll do is you'll anchor the one arm to the bottom of a chair, and you'll sit tall. You're going to go ahead and tilt your head to the opposite direction until you feel a slight stretch right here on the side of your neck. Then you go ahead and place the opposite hand over the top of the head, and you're going to go until you feel a good stretch. Don't overdo it at first. Well, really don't overdo it at all. Stretching should be comfortable, not painful. And you're going to hold that stretch for a count of 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then what you're going to do, engage this muscle right here by your head going this way and your hand resisting that. So when you engage it, it doesn't move. The head doesn't move, but you're engaging that, you're actually engaging that muscle. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then relax, and you should see, you can tell that I'm able to go further. Then hold that for 10, and then engage it again for 5 seconds, and hold for 10, and then you'll do that on the other side. So it'll be stretch, engage, stretch, engage, stretch. And then you do that 2 more times on each side, okay? So that's your scaling muscles. The next stretch is for your levator, which connects to right below your skull down to the top of your scapula. And what you'll do, how you do that, engage that, is turn your chin, and again, anchor this arm here, turn your chin in the opposite direction, chin goes towards the armpit, put the hand over the top of the head, and go ahead and gently pull that chin towards your armpit and hold for a count of 10. And then what you do is you'll engage the muscle and try and go that way with your head. Resist it with your hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax it. And you should be able to go a little further and so forth. And you do that total of 3 times. And then you switch sides. And when you engage the muscle, it's an intensity of, say, 5 to 6 out of 1 to 10. So don't go all out. Don't kill yourself. But just should be enough to let that joint know, okay, I'm going to be okay. And so you're going to do, again, 3 times to engage it, and you release it 3 times. And then repeat that 2 more times on each side. That's for your levator. Now, the upper trapezius is a muscle from here. It goes and connects to your spine, your cervical spine, and then it goes down and connects to the top of the shoulder here. What you do is, again, engage the, anchor this arm. You're going to go and tilt, much like the first muscle stretch was the scaling, and then gently pull until you feel the stretch, and then turn your head in the opposite direction. Now, if you feel this on this side, pull your chin back a little bit. And that will take it out of that and just engage the upper trapezius on this side. And you'll go ahead and hold that for 10, and then push against it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then as you rotate it again, your chin goes up towards more towards the ceiling, and your ear goes more towards your shoulder. And again, same protocol. Stretch for 10, engage for 5, stretch for 10, engage for 5, stretch for 10. And then the other side, and then 2 more times on each side. And the last one we'll do is rotation. What you'll do is you'll go ahead and turn your head as far as you can go. As this to say, this is as far as I can go. You're going to go ahead and put your hand on your jaw. Now you're going to close your mouth, because we don't want you to go like this. We don't want to hurt your maxilla. So go ahead and tighten up. Just close your mouth and engage or push your chin against your hand and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you let go, you should be able to go further. It's pretty amazing. This really does work 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go again. So forth. And you're going to do that 10 times. And then you do 10 times on the other side. And when you're done, and you don't have to go far after each repetition, after each contraction, just a little bit. And the 10 adds up to a large range of motion. And you want to do this if your neck is hurting you, or you get headaches, or your neck is hurting, and you want to improve your range of motion. You can do this up to 10 times a day, 5 to 10 times a day. That whole routine, it takes a minute and a half, 2 minutes maybe to do. And basically, at the end of that, after a couple of weeks, you should be able to, your range of motion should be really good. Maybe you have less headaches. You'll be able to look behind you. You won't get any more wrecks. And you could do it, our maintenance would be maybe once a day, or maybe 3 times a week or so, which should help, keep your range of motion and your mobility. So those are the 4 really good proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitated stretches that I have for you to improve mobility and flexibility today.
And Ken, with this, where would you do this? Like at the desk, watching TV, or how?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do it while you're driving.
Okay.
That's not, we don't want that. But you can do it at your desk, definitely. Set it up if your neck's really hurting you. You're at that desk a lot, and you're hunched forward, and your head's kind of like a turtle. You could set your alarm for every hour and do it for like 2 minutes. That'd be a good break for you to do it at your desk. You can do it while you're watching TV. Like every time a program is over, do that stretch, and that would really help, and that would be kind of a good motivator for you to help with that range of motion.
And a great use of time if there are any TV commercials too.
That's true too. I didn't think about that. That's good. Yeah.
And if we want better functioning joints and bones, we really need to start to remove foods that don't help them. So what are the usual suspects that can increase inflammation? Added sugar is one, fried and processed foods, and also food sensitivities can be an issue. And food sensitivities are different from food allergies and intolerances. Now, in terms of what we should be adding in for joint bone health, turmeric can be really great for our joints because it's a wonderful anti-inflammatory for most people. And water, most of the time we are not getting enough water. And not only is it essential for life, but it helps lubricate and keep our cartilage plumper. So it hydrates our cartilage essentially. We also want to include more foods that have vitamin C. So citrus fruits, bell peppers be great. And vitamin C helps the body make collagen, which is great for our joints, our skin, and more. And we don't want to leave those dark green leafy vegetables behind. So kale, spinach, bok choy, a lot of them have so many antioxidants. And they also have things like beta carotene, vitamin C, and calcium for strong bones. It's a superpower that you can find in your grocery store. You just got to use it. Don't waste it. Lastly, berries and cherries. So there are anthocyanins found in these foods, including blueberries, blackberries, and even pomegranate, which is in season right now. So grab some of those and take care of your joints the nutritional way.
Excellent. And Adrienne, how much water should you drink? I've heard 64 ounces is the average. Is that good for everybody?
That's a general recommendation, and everything needs to be personalized based on somebody's activity level, how much they're sweating, all that kind of stuff. But we usually recommend about half your body weight in ounces. So the 64-ounce recommendation would be for somebody who's like 128 pounds, which may or may not be, most of the American population. So it needs to be personalized to fit you. But yeah, get more water, but not too much.
Not too much. Yes. Don't want to drink too much all at once. You don't want to make it up in one sitting. Exactly.
Is there any words of wisdom that you want to dispense, Ken, before we wrap up here?
Consistency. I say it almost every time. You got to do it on a regular basis in order to see results.
Exactly. With fitness and with nutrition, you can't just have, something with vitamin C one day and assume that you're doing well all week. It needs to be a daily practice. So if there are anything that you want to know about or is important to you, please leave a comment in the chats and we will include that in our future sessions. And in the meantime, take care and we'll see you all next week. All right, bye.
Take care.